We're riding a Metra train, but we're getting on in Wisconsin. This is the fourth and last episode in our little series traveling from Chicago to Milwaukee and back. We first took the Hiawatha, then rode Wisconsin coach lines down to Kenosha. After a delightful trip on the Kenosha streetcar, it's time to go back to Chicago. If you love a travel series like this, you'll love what we have in store for you later this month. Lindsay and I traveled around the country on a USA Rail Pass. The series drops soon with a trip report aboard the California Zephyr. So stick around. Hey, maybe even hit that subscribe button. Today's journey won't be nearly as impressive, but it is still one of the most requested videos I've ever made. We are going to ride the Metra Union Pacific North Line. Hey everyone, welcome to a new Trains Are Awesome video. I'm Tom, that's Lindsay behind me. We're on our last leg of our tour through Wisconsin. We're in Kenosha, Wisconsin, really close to the border with Illinois, about to get on a Metra train. The Metra Union Pacific North stops here. It's actually the terminus, and this is the only station in the entire Metra system in the state of Wisconsin. Not only that, it's the only station in the entire Metra system that's not in Illinois. Pretty cool. Kenosha Station is interesting for many different reasons. I already mentioned that out of over 240 Metra stations, this is the only one not located in Illinois. As a result, service to the station is funded by the city of Kenosha and not the Illinois RTA. Another fun fact, Kenosha is the northernmost Metra station. We're about 51 miles or 83 kilometers north of Ogilvie Transportation Center in Chicago. Here comes the train outbound from Chicago. So if this just looks like a regular Metra train to you, remind yourself that everything else in this shot is Wisconsin. Well, not everything else, I'm not Wisconsin. Unfortunately, you can't get on just yet. It leaves to stop at a turnaround track just north of the platforms. After a crew swap, the train pulls in again, and now we can actually get on. Alright, we've done Amtrak, coach bus, the hop in Milwaukee, and the Kenosha streetcars today. How do you rank Metra seat comfort?
Probably third.
Third. Right in the middle.
Bus, Amtrak, and then this.
Your local train making all stops to downtown Chicago, Ogilvie Transportation Center. The next stop will be Winthrop Harbor. At Winthrop Harbor, only the head two cars will open.
Trains on the Metra Union Pacific North Line take an hour and a half to travel the 51 miles from Kenosha to Ogilvie Transportation Center in Chicago. Today, the trains are operated by Union Pacific, meaning that the conductors on board are employees of Union Pacific. Next year, however, operations will transfer to Metra, though the tracks the trains run on will remain the possession of Union Pacific. And here's the border. Welcome back to Illinois. Until 1995, this line was operated by the Chicago and Northwestern Railway. A few minutes into our ride, we cross the state line and enter Illinois. The first stop is Winthrop Harbor, known as the cornerstone of Illinois. Though the station is only used by some 59 people a day, the marina is home to over 1,500 ships. This makes it the biggest marina on the Great Lakes. The next station is Zion, at which point we've already traveled 10 miles from Kenosha. Then we stop at Waukegan, which is the terminus for most trains that don't travel all the way up to Wisconsin. A fun fact, between Zion and Waukegan, there used to be a station called Asbestos. You may have noticed if you were paying close attention that we have been traveling on the left-hand track today. This is the case for all three of the former Chicago and Northwestern Metra lines. But why is this? Well, you'll have to watch my video where I go into more detail about this. The link is above. The closer we get to Chicago, the closer the stations are to each other. The frequent stops are probably why the train takes an hour and a half to complete the whole trip. One station we don't stop at, Ravinia Park, which trains only serve whenever there's a concert going on at the nearby Ravinia Festival. The tracks we're on were built in 1855 by the Chicago and Milwaukee Railroad. 11 years later, in 1866, it was absorbed by the Chicago and Northwestern. For years, it was the main route for long-distance trains traveling from Chicago all the way to Milwaukee and the Twin Cities. Unfortunately, the last intercity train ran in 1971. The commuter service between Chicago and Kenosha is all that remains. In my video on the Amtrak Hiawatha, I talk about why I think an intercity service to Milwaukee should be restored. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to watch it. Once we reach Evanston, Illinois, our tracks parallel the CTA Purple Line. Seeing the CTA's Howard Yard means that we've entered the Chicago city limits. The nice part about the UP North Line is that it actually serves a number of stations in Chicago. It stops in Rogers Park, Ravenswood, and a new station is being built at Peterson Ridge. I have a friend who actually used Metra to commute to Northwestern University from his Ravenswood home because he found that the trains were more comfortable. On the subject of comfort, after riding Amtrak and a coach bus, this was definitely the least comfortable of the three. The Metra benches are fine for a little bit, but an hour and a half is definitely pushing the limit. Hearing the automated voice announce that Clybourn Station was next was good news for our sore butts. This station is Ravenswood. This is the busiest station on the entire line, and the third busiest station on the entire Metra network, if you don't count the downtown terminals. Though it looks kind of shabby right now with its wooden platform, they are constructing a more modern, proper station building next to it. However, this construction has been ongoing for over 10 years. Anyways, the next station is Clybourn, the second to last stop on the line, and it's where we'll be ending our journey today. Clybourn Station is a transfer point for the UP North and Northwest lines. Ogilvie Transportation Center is the next station, about 3 miles down the line. After literal years of people begging, I have finally curated a video review of the Metra Union Pacific North Line. I had a good time. There's something about the northern suburbs of Chicago that feels different than the other suburbs. It is, of course, cool to be in Wisconsin, but get on a train that is quintessentially Chicago. This day trip is something that I would really recommend if you're ever in the area. It was a fun variety of vehicles and views, but Lindsay and I are about to embark on a journey that will last 12 days across 14 states. The first video drops this month, so subscribe to Trains Are Awesome and you won't miss a thing. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.